At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Ranked #1 in innovation for 10 consecutive years and #2 among public universities for employability. ASU isn't just ahead of the curve, it's creating new paths to success. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online, that's a degree better. Explore more than 300 undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Hello and welcome to jasonnewland.com. My name's Jason Newland. Welcome to Trivia Tuesday. Trivia Tuesday. Trivia Tuesday. That was catchy. I might keep that. And maybe not. So my name's Jason Newland. Please only listen when you can safely close your eyes. This is Let Me Bore You to Sleep. Now, I'm tired. I think the heat has been quite warm today. The heat is, I think it's making me a tad tired. A tad. Now, what I thought I would do, well, first of all, let you know my website, jasonnewland.com. That's where all my recordings are. My Facebook page is called Jason Newland's Boring Group. Well, it's my Facebook group, rather. You can join that if you would like to join. My YouTube channel is at Jason Newland. And all my podcasts, oh wow, are available pretty much on all of the podcast hosts, the apps, etc. Such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, you name it. It's everywhere. Everywhere. So, right, I will stop yawning in a minute, don't worry. It's one of those things, I yawn for a while and then I don't yawn. It's just what happens. It's been happening for a long time. Yeah, it's a little bit... I feel like I could do with taking my top off. But even though you can't see me, just the idea of me having my top off while making this recording, I think could be strange. Very strange, very weird. I'm just going to pull it up a little bit just so my belly can enjoy the air. Philly stops. Philly, that's a nice name for him, isn't it? Instead of Vinny, Villy. Oh, look at you. You want me to stroke your chest, don't you? He loves having his chest tickled. Don't you, Vinny? Yeah. So yeah, basically in these Trivia Tuesdays, oh wow, blimey, I'm yawning more than normal. In these Trivia Tuesdays, what happens is I pick a subject, any subject. Remember that subject. And I just talk about it and basically go through. I ask ChatGPT to find me 100 trivia. Oh, okay, wait a minute. I suppose this is trivia, but I've asked it to find me 100 of the newest English slang terms that have emerged or surged in popularity in recent years, especially across Generation Z and Gen Alpha, whatever that is. These reflect evolving trends in social media, TikTok, and youth culture and internet communities. So the meanings are dynamic and context dependent. Okay, so I thought I'd just do that, just go through some of the newest English slang terms. So yeah, I thought I'd just go through it. It's 100 here. So the first one is buzzing. Extremely good. Buzzing means extremely good. Okay, I've never heard that before. Buzzing to me would be, I'm buzzing, I'm feeling good. I suppose feeling extremely good. I'm buzzing. That's not a new term, is it? I'm buzzing. How are you feeling about getting that new job? I'm absolutely buzzing. So yeah, it's like feeling good. So it's not really that different. Fire means awesome, impressive. Nope. Well, no, I'm saying no as in I've not heard that before. I'm not saying it doesn't mean that, because clearly it must do, I guess. But lit, L-I-T, lit, means exciting, fun. So I guess when people listen to my podcasts, they say, oh, Jason's latest recording was lit, exciting, and fire, because it was awesome and impressive, and it was buzzing because it was extremely good. So yeah, wow. Goat, I know goat. This is it took me a while to figure out what that meant. People keep calling Muhammad Ali a goat. I mean, let the man rest in peace. Not to start calling him a goat. But I realised it was greatest of all time. Clearly named after Muhammad Ali, who kept telling everyone that he was the greatest of all time, wasn't he? I'm the greatest of all time. That's a pretty bad impression. It's used for quite often sports people, I've noticed. The greatest of all time. There's not really any such thing as in reality. The greatest of all time. It's just, in reality, Muhammad Ali, how would he have fared in the 30s and the 40s when there's no standing count, where so when he got knocked down by knocked down a few times, but when he got knocked down, there was no go and stand into your neutral corner. You keep talking about boxing. I know, I'm sorry, but yeah, you can't compare. Like, you can't compare football or rugby or golf or anything like that, because it was different 50, 60, 70 years ago. Different rules, different equipment. I mean, footballs literally they weren't, I don't think they were even around in the beginning. I don't know. They were square, maybe not. So legit means genuine or real. Hasn't legit always meant genuine or real? you give someone money, wait a minute, that looks like a dodgy £10 note. No, it's legit. It's genuine. It's real. That's not a new term. Don't try and pretend that these are new terms that I shouldn't have heard before, because I have. I've been using that term for, well, I don't know if I've ever used it, but myself, it's not a new term. A drip. Drip. D-R-I-P. Fashionably styled. Now, when I was younger, calling someone a drip, did not mean fashionably styled. It was not a compliment. It was well, it's an insult. It was a very horrible, kind of very put downy insult. You know, when I was living in London, when I was in my 20s, if I'd have walked up to someone and said, "You're such a drip," you know, especially if it was a doorman just coming into work, so, "Oh, you're dressed nicely. Oh, you look like a drip," I would probably still be in hospital. Outfit, fit check. These are two. So outfit and fit check. Checking your clothes. I mean, an outfit, it's your clothes, isn't it? And fit check. I need to do a fit check. Is that how it's used? I need to do a fit check, gang. So just checking your clothes, as in checking what? There's no wee stain? I don't know. A wet patch? I don't know. Am I just asking? Number 8. Face card. Face card. Okay. Now I know the explanations to the right, but I still, like, I'm not looking at it and I'm thinking, what could it mean? Attractive appearance. You've got face card? Is that how would you go? Like, hey, you've got a face card, which means you've got a really nice appearance. Or do you just shout out face card? I don't know. Questions, more questions than answers. Number 9 is snatched. And that means looking perfect or fashionable. Snatched. Looking perfect or fashionable. I like your snatch. So I guess that would mean I like the way you're dressed. So going up to someone, "Oh, you've got a lovely snatch," which means, you know, you've got a lovely attire, well dressed, well presented. In fact, looking perfect. I should try that out when I'm out next. When I'm walking the dog, if I see someone maybe dressed in a suit, I'll say, "Oi, nice snatch." That would be, yeah. I get down with the kids. The kids, this is probably people in their 30s, isn't it? But I can try and keep up with the younger people. So, talking and truth. This is the next one. Number 10, bet. So, agreed or sure. So, I'll meet you outside the library at 4:30. I'll be the one holding a donut in my right hand, waving it around. And to that you say okay, or you don't say okay, you say bet. You don't say agreed or sure. Yeah, bet. Oh, just one word, bet. I might start using that as well. Unless you're in a betting shop. And you work in a betting shop. And someone asks you, if you use all these words, if you get a job in a betting shop and you're quite young, and someone comes in and says, I've run out of all, I'm never ever spending any more money in here again because I've run out of money and I've spent all my money and I've lost it all. And you say, instead of saying sure or agreed, you say bet. But I just told you I'm not going to bet. Don't you think I should stop betting? Bet. But you're actually saying agreed. I agree. But you're saying bet. It could get very confusing. Number 11, no cap. Which means honestly or no lie. No lie, honestly. Okay. Maybe they'll change it. I mean, do you promise to, if they, they do the, I have been in court, but not where I've had to be on the witness box. So, I've been the one in custody. No, I haven't. But I have been in court 3 times, actually. Once when I was a kid, once 90s, and another one when I went bankrupt. Anyway, that's a different story. So, no cap. Honestly, no lie. So, do they still do the thing? Do you promise to tell the truth? Everything, anything but the truth? So help you, whatever. And if you say no cap, does that mean, or bet? Would they understand? So no cap means honestly, no lie. Cap means lie. Okay, do you think that's based on the cap of a font? Or just basically, when someone's honest, they take their cap off? And when they put their cap on, they're lying? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know where these originate from. I'm just wondering though. There's a few... Yeah. So he capped. He lied, I guess. Oh, I don't know. Spill the tea, number 13, which is share gossip. Well, no, spill the tea, that's just it. The original term is spill the beans. Spill the beans, tell us all about it. Not spill the tea. You're trying to change the language. Stop. Spill the tea. Okay, I've not heard that before, but I know where it originates from, because spill the beans is a very old-fashioned term. So tea means gossip or news. So, I mean, beans never meant gossip or news. So maybe that's why it's spill the tea. Yap, Y-A-P, means chatter, talk excessively. That is not a new term. Not a new term. That's been used for generations. So stop it. ChatGPT's lying to me. Or should I say it's cap. It's being a cap to me. Or capping. So mind and mood. Brain rot. Brain rot. So what does brain rot mean? Brain rot, mental fatigue from low effort content. Okay. So the internet quite often. Maybe this. Maybe what I do. Maybe what I do is brain rot. Ooh. I found my my thing. Mid. Number 17 is mid, which means mediocre. MID, mediocre. So I guess it's like in the middle, I suppose. Is that any good? Mid. Okay, I suppose. 18, low key. Subtle, understated. That's not a new term either, is it? Low key. I mean, it's not a new term. That's been around for a long time. 19, vanilla. Boring or plain. That's been around for a long time as well. I mean, Vanilla Ice. That's why he called himself Vanilla Ice, wasn't it? Because it was plain or boring. Am I wrong? I don't know. I saw a video on YouTube about venereal, not venereal, Vanilla Ice. What a dancer. That was one heck of a dancer. He was just, wow. No one could do it like he could do it. I mean, I know MC Hammer also was a phenomenal dancer, but I don't think they'd ever seen anything like Ice, Vanilla Ice. Wow. Ooh, ooh, baby. Vanilla Ice. Ooh, ooh, baby. Or whatever it was. Unhinged. Unhinged equals wild, a bit unstable. That's not a new term either, is it? The teachers called me unhinged when I was like 8, 9 years old. That's not a new term. So someone says, oh, watch out, he's a bit unhinged. You're going to know what they mean, don't you? You don't want to think, what you mean, he's a cupboard and he's half falling off. No. Never a cupboard. Cupboard door. Social and confidence. So here we go. Number 21. Riz. Okay, this is something that wouldn't normally be used, I don't think. Not in my remembrance. Riz equals charm and charisma. So I don't think anyone would have called me, say that I had riz at any point in my life. Oh, that Jason, he's got a lot of riz, full of riz. No. W-riz. W-riz, L-riz. So W-riz and L-riz. I don't know if you can hear that dog in the background. Hope it's not too loud. W-riz and L-riz equals good, bad, charisma. So riz equals... Oh, got you. W-riz means good charisma and L-riz equals bad charisma. And for anyone getting annoyed when me saying charisma, have a little word with yourself. Stop being so judgmental. Giga Chad. I've not heard of this one before. Epitome of masculinity. I'll be honest, I'm not sure what that word means. Masculinity. No, I'm joking. Of. What does of mean? Now, epitome, what does that mean? Is that like the height? The autonomy? The epitome? Oh, epitome. It isn't epitome, is it? the epitome. I was just pronouncing it wrong. See, that's what happens when I mess around with the way I say words. Because when I come to a word that I need to understand, I can only understand it if I say it correctly. Like epitome, I've got no idea. But if you say the epitome, I know exactly what that means. See, my own churlishness got me in trouble. I can't believe it. I am so embarrassed. Sigma, number 24. Sigma. Do I know this? Independent lone wolf personality. Got my hand raised. That's me, baby. Independent lone wolf personality. Yeah. I suppose I've got like my little wolf pack now, haven't I? Because I've got Vinny. And there was 4 of us. There was me, Vinny, Luke and Logie. So we did kind of have our little pack. But now it's just me and him. So, and we're both kind of we're lone wolves, me and him. But at the same time, we take care of each other. So yeah. So I'm a Sigma, I guess. Vinny's a Sigma. But he does... I think secretly he likes me. Secretly. Well, I don't like me. He loves me secretly. Secretly he's used to me. Secretly he tolerates me. Secretly he's just waiting for someone else to come and take him, probably. Beta/Omega. I've heard of both those words. I mean, omega, isn't that like a vitamin or something? Or some olive oil? Beta is, well, Betamax video. Beta as in, isn't there a vegetable? Beta, alpha, beta. So, Beta/Omega equals low social ranking. So I guess I'm a beta then. Yeah, I suppose I'm kind of as low as you get in a way. Live in social housing, on benefits. I suppose I am in that sense. I don't have any money, don't own my own house, don't live in a castle. Not yet. One day. At least in the old days, like 300-400 years ago, if you really wanted to live in a castle and you weren't born into the royal family, you could just be naughty, really naughty, and end up in prison in a castle. Compliments and shaming. So that's the heading for this one. So number 26 to 29. 26, gassing up. By the way, I just want to point out, some of this stuff might be absolute wrong. Absolutely, wait a minute, what's the word? It might be absolute cap lies. It might be. I've not asked ChatGPT to fact check, just to give me 100. So that's it. So if it's wrong, I mean, firstly, I don't care, because I'm not going to be basing my life going forward upon these words or these like little phrases. But yeah, it's not to be taken too seriously. Don't build your life upon the knowledge you get from here. Check it first before you use the words, just in case they're wrong. It's possible they could be wrong. But I'm not going to read you out anything that's purposefully wrong. It's all going to be on here, Probably. It might not be. I might make some stuff up. So, gassing up equals excessive complaints. Not complaints. Excessive compliments. So, gassing up, do they mean by excessive compliments being ingenuous, false, like just by over complimenting someone to... I mean, is that supposed to be the opposite to lighthousing? Light gassing? Gas housing? What's it called? Gaslighting. Gaslighting. So gaslighting is kind of the opposite, isn't it? Getting someone to think something different to what's really happening. Picking someone up on, make them think. It's almost trying to encourage paranoia, isn't it? Gaslighting. So gassing up is the opposite, maybe. Excessive compliments. But then why is someone giving excessive compliments? I don't know. Just questions. So few answers. So many questions. Salty is number 27. Salty. Bitter or annoyed? I can understand salty is bitter, isn't it? As a flavour, or annoyed. So if someone says that he was salty, bitter or annoyed? Yeah, probably would have had a different meaning. Yeah, probably. I was thinking of one of my girlfriends, and if her friend said, "Oh, how was last night?" I said, "Oh, it was a bit salty." They probably wouldn't have thought that I was annoyed. But bitter, the actual word bitter can mean different things, can't it? Like a bit bitter. But bitter is it's not necessarily annoyed. It's more. It can be annoyed, but it can also be like really feeling sorry for ourselves, can't it? Bitter. You know, people are bitter about everything, like because they're feeling sorry for themselves, and maybe rightly so, for a period of time. Can't go on forever. Salty. Stop being so salty. But didn't salty used to mean fruity? Always a bit salty. Like a little bit cheeky, a little bit tongue-in-cheek, a little bit, you know, a little bit playful. Wasn't that a term for salty back in the day? Did I tell you I saw some kids the other day walking through the park, and they couldn't have been more than about 12, and one of them looked at pointed to a tree and said, "Oh, you know, back in the day I used to climb that tree." 12 years old, back in the day. Like, what was it, 6 months ago? Last week. Hip dips, number 28. Hip dips. Body feature slang. Body feature slang? I don't get that. I know what hips are. So a hip dips. Dip in your hips. Body feature slang. No, I'm not really sure what that means. I'm going to skip that one. Maybe it's derogatory. I really don't know. I mean, it's unlikely that ChatGPT is going to come up with anything adult anyway. 29. I've asked it, but it won't. 29. Thigh gaps. Aesthetic slang. I know what thigh gaps are, but that's not a new thing. It's so they're being very vague with their wording here. So thigh gaps, aesthetic, all thigh gaps. If you don't know what they are, it's just basically that gap. So if someone's standing down, if there's someone standing there, male or female, they're standing there with tight trousers on, and you go up and you kind of just for the sake of this thing, there's the knees, and you go up, and then maybe and you can see through there's a gap in the thighs at some point where you can see through. Not that you should be looking, but we'll put it this way: if there was a little penguin on a ladder poking its beak through, you'd look, wouldn't you? Especially if it was doing a little puppet show as well, so it had like a little maybe a little Kermit, and maybe a Miss Piggy. Oh, Kermit! I mean, imagine seeing a penguin do that through like a little gap in someone's legs. You're going to look. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I'm not saying generally. It's just, but it's not me. It's ChatGPT is talking about this stuff. I didn't say, oh, please, tell me about thigh gaps, did I? Wow. Transformations. Yassified. Yes, that's like YASSIFIED. Yassified equals glamorized, over the top makeover. Wow. That is the first time I've ever heard that. Yassified. Yassify, it's the same meaning. I guess it's to do that, isn't it? I'm going to yassify my face. Yeah, put over the top makeup on my face. Okay, what's this? That's a new one to me. Glazing. Overly flattering praise. So isn't that a little similar to excessive compliments, gassing up? So glaze and glazing, overly flattering praise. I wonder. I mean, glazing someone. Wasn't that a term in True Blood? You know, the TV show True Blood. I loved it. About vampires. I'm sure they said, was it phasing or glazing? It was like a hypnotic thing. They could glaze people and get them to do or whatever they wanted. Like, was it phasing, grazing, glazing maybe, or gazing? I don't know. So overly flattering praise. I don't get much of that, so I'm up for it though. Ambitions and realities. So I've got to go back. Overly flattering praise. Just some flattering. Just some praise. Just that be enough. I don't know if I've never been. No one's ever spoken to me, and I've been in the middle of a conversation with someone, and I thought, "You're saying too many nice things to me. Can you please stop?" Never ever thought that ever. Ambitions and realities. Delulu. Okay, being delusional, especially K-pop stan context. I mean, K-pop, it's a band, isn't it? K-pop. So being delusional, delulu. Okay, cool. Delusionship, a delusional relationship beliefs. Well, we've all been delulu, and I imagine at some point we've all had delusionship. You know, this is standard being a person, isn't it? Time and plans, number 35. GRWM. Get ready with me. Videos. Grum. Get ready with me videos. Is that like a makeup tutorial or makeup getting dressed with someone, putting a makeup on with someone? I don't know. I don't know. Is it a video as in making a video on YouTube, or is it video as in a live face-to-face kind of getting ready with your best friend and doing a fashion show? I don't know, whatever people do before they go out. 36. Main character energy. Living like you're the star. Well, we are the stars of our own lives. That's a fact, you know. break it down however you want. We are the stars of our lives. We've got co-stars, but we're the star. We're the main star. There's lots of extras. Most of the people in my life are extras. The problem is, if you're the star and everyone else is an extra, then it's not going to be a very good movie. Wow, that was deep, wasn't it? No one's going to watch the movie if everyone else in it is just an extra. Because how many movies... I can't remember how many movies I've seen when there's just been one person who's the star the whole way through. Now, it can work. What's that one with... oh, got itchy crotch. Wait. Oh, okay. What's that one with... It's just the two of them on a spaceship. I don't think they're even on the same spaceship, actually. Or maybe they are. But they're... what's his name? The coffee man. He sells coffee now on TV. He was in Till Dusk Till Dawn, and the other person is she was in, is it Sandra Bullock? She was in that train movie, wasn't she, where the train wouldn't stop. So I remember her shouting out. I think Keanu Reeves was on that one as well. And the train could stop. So Keanu Reeves said, "Stop the train," and Sandra's saying no, and he's saying why? He said, "Because you have to keep it going above 60 miles an hour." And he said, "Why?" And she said, "Because that's the plot, that's the script." And he said, "Have you not read any further than that?" She said, "No, I just turned up and just have to shout a lot and look really flustered." He said, "Oh, you're doing a good job." She said, "Thanks." And he said, "What are you doing afterwards?" She said, "I don't know, probably make another movie. If this goes well." She said, "You?" He said, "Well, yeah, I'm thinking about doing a movie called The Matrix. But I don't know. It seems a little bit too, I don't know." She said, "What? I can't hear you." He said, "Oh, sorry. It just seems a little bit too... people are going to take it a little bit too seriously and actually use terms from the movie as if it was a real thing, almost like a... I don't know, like a new faith or something. Like, just, people in the future, I'm just worried that people in the future start saying things like, or take the blue pill or the red pill or whatever, and I'm like, I don't want that to happen because it's just a movie." She said, "What? I can't hear you. The train's too loud." He said, "I'll just forget it. Oh God, you need to get your ears tested." She said, "That's rude." "Oh, you heard that then? Wow, brilliant." She said, "Yeah, because the train's slowed down." "I thought we can't have the train slow down." She said, "We can't. But it was faster before. It slowed down. It's still over 60. And he said, "By the way, Sandra Bullock, how do you know how fast the train is going? Because we were on top of the train. How do you know how fast it's going?" She said, "Well, it's clearly above 60. And Keanu says, "Why? How do you know?" She said, "Because otherwise we'd all be blown up." He said, "Oh, good point." They laughed. Main character. So we are the stars of our own lives, aren't we? Main character. I did see that in... what was it called? The Only Way is Essex. It's like a... I don't know. I don't know what you want to call it. A reality TV show that's scripted. Like a scripted reality... like unscripted, but at the same time putting people into situations where they've got no choice but to say certain things, really. it was very popular. I don't know if it still is, but it was really popular in this country. And I think they based it upon like some of the other stuff in America, like the Kardashians and stuff like that. And then a few other shows came on, Jersey Shore, and then one in Newcastle. I can't remember. So there's been a few different ones. But I remember watching it once and thinking, and this is a funny line. Someone came up to one of the like main stars, because what they'd do is they'd introduce people. Like let's say they'd be in a nightclub, and there'd be maybe 4 people in there that you knew, or that you felt you knew because you see them every week. And then someone else would come in, and quite often that person would end up being the star of the show in the next few months and become one of the main cast members. But remember, this person came up and started having a go at one of the people in there, and he's one of the main characters, and he said to him, what you don't realise, mate, is you're just an extra. Now go away. Go back into the background. You're just an extra. And that was almost like the end of that person's time on that show. It was like, wow. So, era, a person's phase or thematic period. That's not new. Era. It's like, it's been used for donkeys, isn't it? Where does donkey's years come from, though? That's what I don't understand. Why donkey's years? Where did that phrase... And people don't even use the years bit anymore, do they? It was going to be going on for donkeys. Content and culture. Number 38. IYKYK. If you know, you know. The thing is, if you say IYKYK, if you know, you know. It takes the same amount of time to say if you know, you know. IYKYK. If you know, you know. It's the same time. Why do people actually say IYKYK? Because that's a lot to remember. I can't even remember how to do my own podcast. The only way I remember it is LMB. Okay, so LMB, let me bore. I remember that bit, and then YTS. Because YTS used to be, the YTS was the youth training scheme that I used to be on when I was 16. So LMB, easy to remember, let me bore you to sleep, YTS. Other than that, I'd have to think, oh, let me bore you to sleep, LMBYTS. Yeah. Cook, let them cook. This is number 39. To perform or let someone do well. Cook, let them cook. Why would you not want someone to do well? So letting someone cook is basically letting them shine, I guess. Getting out of their way. Letting them to be themselves. And yeah, okay, I like that. I don't understand why it's let them cook. So let them perform or let them do well. Like crash out, number 40. To make a reckless decision. Fair enough. I quite like that term, actually. I've crashed out many times. Clap back. A clever comeback. Okay. Clever comeback, clap back. Yeah. Okay, I suppose. 42. Caught in 4K. Caught red-handed. I've not heard that expression before. Caught in 4K. You wait, from now on I'm going to be using all these terms. I'm going to be just so popular on TikTok now. Halo 40. So if it's caught in 4K, caught red-handed, what if it's caught in 108 8O. Or if it's caught in high definition, HD. Is that like kind of caught? I don't know. Halo, aura, also aura. Aura, also aura. I mean, that makes sense. They've given the same word twice. Halo. Nice halo. Nice aura. I mean, aura is kind of... I know we've all got energy and like stuff like that, but I think it's more thought of as how you feel when you're around someone, isn't it? Like how you feel when you meet someone, like, oh, they got a nice aura. But it's just another way of saying that, oh, they're nice. Ever so pleasant. 44, drab, equals dull. That's no different from now. Less common. Never heard it called less common before. So drab, like the weather's drab, which means dull. You know, you've been using that word for centuries. Less common, in brackets. I'm not sure if that means it's a less common term. Okay, I think that's what it means. Which means the last time something was in brackets, I was reading it out. I perhaps shouldn't have done. Okay. No, there wasn't any others. Oh, that's interesting. Emotions and reactions. Dead/dead. So DED and DEAD. Something hilarious. No. I mean, I really... I suppose that's another way of saying, oh, I'll kill the audience because they made them laugh so much. I don't know. Something hilarious. That doesn't make sense. This next one is controversial. Wig. It means blown away. Amazed. It's just... What a weird... Okay, amazed, but then blown away. It just... Yeah. That was wig. I don't really get how that... Yeah, okay. Number 47, hit different, which means impactful, better than expected. Um, 48, uncle, someone acting old or out of touch. Ooh, okay, fair enough. So if someone calls me unk, that means that I'm acting old or out of touch. I guess it means someone that's young acting old. Internet trends. Moots. Mutual followers. Anoots. Distinct minute. Not trending yet, but plausible. Right, I just had a little break then for nearly an hour, would you believe? I needed to take Vinny out for a walk and ended up talking to a few people. Ended up talking to my neighbour who used to have Vinny, as his mum, and just chatting for about half an hour, and he's gone over there to spend some time with her. It's really weird being in here. She only lives across the road, but it's weird to be here and not have him here. It's strange. No Vinny. It's just that there's always that little bit of a sense of, is he going to start barking any times, you know? But he's not, which is good. But I think she'll probably bring him back in about an hour. Something like that. again. So LMBYTS. Well, okay, moots. I don't know if I said this one. Mutual followers. Okay, I suppose that makes sense. The next one is LMBYTS. Distinct minute. Not trending yet, but plausible. So potential success, maybe? Number 51 is phantom tax. Jokingly steal food. Or jokingly and then stealing food. I really don't get that. I don't get the joke, obviously. Jokingly stealing food. How do you jokingly steal food? Phantom tax. Is that like phantom tax? Phantom tax. And taking someone's sandwich? Possibly. The Kit Kat? Oh, I do not know. Skibidi. Skibidi. I just like the word skibidi. Nonsense reference. That's just skibidi. Skibidi. Stop talking such skibidi. I like that. I do. That's the one I like most now. Skibidi. There was a word, I don't know if it's mentioned in here. Yeah, it is. Okay, I'll come back to that in a minute then. Ohio. Slang for weird. So, is that based upon the TV show? Because there was a TV show, I don't know, Strange Happenings in Ohio or something? Erie, no, it was Erie, Indiana, wasn't it? Or is Indiana in Ohio? Ohio? I don't know. Possibly it's an American thing. Maybe Ohio's got some kind of something going on in Ohio that I don't understand. I'm struggling to say Ohio. Ohio. Looks maxing. Looks maxing. And that's enhancing appearance. So would that be like surgery? Plastic surgery? Or makeup? Eyelashes? I don't know. I don't know. Lip filler? Huh? Mewing. I don't think anyone's going to accuse me of looks maxing. You're enhancing your appearance. Obviously not. What do you think? I made myself look fatter? Do you think I'm walking around with a pillow up my top? No. That really is me. I'm not pregnant. Mewing. Jawline reshaping. Is that a thing? You can reshape your jawline. Why? I don't know. Why? I mean, I understand it, I guess, you know, as I've lost weight, a little bit, not a lot of weight, but I've lost a bit of weight, I've noticed that I've got less chins than I used to have. Texting abbreviations. TBH, to be honest. I've learnt a few of these over the years, like recently, because I had to figure it out. And I understand, you know, when I was younger, ETC for etc. Xmas for Christmas. So just a few little things to make it a little bit smaller. Or TBA, to be arranged. But I'd never say to someone TBA. I might write it down, TBA. And PTO, at the bottom of the page, please turn over. But if I was in bed with someone, or if I was doing a massage, like I used to train as a masseur, and I wanted them to turn over, I wouldn't say PTO, because that would be weird. Well, then it would be weird. So TBH, to be honest, these are text abbreviations. BRB, be right back. Okay. LOL, laugh out loud. Now, that's not what LOL used to stand for. It used to stand for lots of love. And then for some reason, it was changed. Can't stand for lots of love anymore. So, I mean, I've told this story before. When my nan passed away, I got a text from a friend who's probably about 10 years older than me. And he said, so sorry to hear about your nan. LOL. See, I knew he didn't mean lots, laughing out loud. Obviously. But, you know what I mean? It's like, I had to say to him, like when I saw him, like, you do realise LOL now means lots of laughing out loud. Just be a little bit careful. It was fine doing it to me, but if he did it to, excuse me, if he did it to like a much younger person, he might have I don't know. Maybe did it on purpose. ILY, I love you. No. Sorry, I'm going to put a rule in here. Anyone listening to this, and it will serve you. Especially any, people just starting out in relationships or whatever. Type it out. I love you. ILY, no. I love you. Sorry. Just if you ILY. It could mean anything. I like yogurt. Who knows? I lick yo-yos. It's just I love you. Just type the whole thing out. It's just a bit of advice, but it's up to you. CYA, cover your ass. See ya. See ya. So see ya, CYA can mean see ya, as in ta-ta, bye-bye, farewell, or cover your ass. The thing is, if you're having an interaction with someone and you say CYA, or you type CYA, what are they giving? Because there's a difference between see ya and cover your ass. That's two different meanings. Very different meanings of the same thing. Misc and culture mix. Yeet. To throw, exclamation. Yeet. To throw. Okay. YOLO. YOLO. You only live once. Right, okay. YOLO. So that's what that means, is it? Some of these might have actually been around for a long time. I just never really got my head around the text speech. And people were using it online. Did it on phones, then they started using it online, using it on Twitter, because Twitter had a limited amount of words that you could, or letters that you could use, and then people, I've seen whole sentences, whole paragraphs filled with these things, then I was like, I can't be bothered to try and interpret it. Thirsty means desperate for attention. So if you say to someone, I'm thirsty. So so let's say you're in a desert. If someone's in a desert, right, you're on a car in a desert and you see someone crawling along the sand, and you just stop and say, you all right, mate? And they say, I'm thirsty. Don't just drive off thinking, oh, he just wants attention. So desperate for attention. He might actually need some liquid. Okay? I think all this does, well, not all it does, but a lot of what this does is cause confusion and the opposite to communication. Miscommunication. It could. It depends who you're talking to. So if you come up to me and say, I'm thirsty, I'm perhaps going to give you a drink. I'm not going to sit down and expect you to start tap dancing. Tap dancing. Drink. Slay, that's another one that I do know. There was a lady in Big Brother, I think it was last year, she kept saying slay. Like every other word, slay. So excel or look fabulous. She overused it. And it's almost like she was trying to, I don't know. Like she just looked, I don't know, it's kind of, when someone discovers something for the first time, and they can't put it down and they have to keep playing with it, you know? They get a new toy, for example, and they have to keep playing with it. Just as an example, or like a wobbly tooth. That's another thing, isn't it? You can't stop playing with it. Or you get, I don't know, I'm just trying to think of an example. Sleep on, undervalue. See, that's what I don't. Yes, so in my knowledge, if someone says, "Oh, I want to sleep on it," it's an important decision, and they're going to sleep on it because it's important. But this is saying it's undervalue it. If someone has to sleep on something, they're undervaluing it. I would say it's the opposite. It's too valuable to make too quick a decision. But that seems to be the opposite. So if you're in an interview, job interview, and they said, well, I'm not sure, we've got two really good candidates, I'm going to sleep on it. I guess one person might be thinking, oh, it's a really important decision, I've got a good chance here. Another person might be thinking, nope, they undervalue me, they're not going to give me the job. So I guess, yeah, sick and sick, so equals cool. Now, I first heard that used in the early 2000s, and I still kind of just didn't see why. I knew why it was the early 2000s because that was the date, but I just didn't, like, why do you keep saying sick? That was like, you know, you imagine there was like a big thing happened, and ambulance and a police were called, and the ambulance come up to you and say, how are you feeling? And you say, oh, I'm sick. And they like rush you into the hospital and everything. Like, why they brought you to the hospital? I told them they asked me how I was, I said I was sick. And it's like, yeah, okay, we can't find anything wrong with you. I've already told you I'm sick. It's like, it means I'm cool, I'm fine, everything's good. Confusion. 68, vibe check, checking the atmosphere. Okay, that makes sense. Locked in, fully focused. That's not a new term, is it? I don't think. Aura, vibe or energy. Okay, we've already kind of covered that. Crumbs, as in breadcrumbs, crumbs. Small, insubstantial offer emerging. So that's not a new one either. I get paid crumbs. That's the old saying, isn't it? If you feed people nuts, you end up with squirrels. Or was it, if you feed people nuts, you end up with monkeys? Something like that. Bread, money. Less new but resurging. Okay. Bread used to be called money. I've never used that term as money. It's a very old one. Very old. Less new. Are they not allowed to say the word old anymore? Is that against... you can't use the word old. There used to be a TV show called Bread, and it was really popular. It was all based around basically a family just getting together money to get by. Revenge benching. Ignoring someone after an argument. Okay, that just seems like the normal thing to do. Ghosting. Ignoring someone online. Not brand new, still prevalent. Yeah. I remember the first time I heard that term, ghosting. But, yeah. Sliding into DMs. Continuing trend. Sliding into DMs. Perhaps I should tell us what a DM is, shall I? What's a DM? Why would they miss that out? I've lost my place now. Sliding. Locked in, aura, crumbs, bread, ghosting, sliding into DMs. Desk, digital mice? What did... Dick meat. I don't know what DMs. Is it like messaging? Something's messaging service, isn't it? Digital messages? DMs? I don't know. Thinner. Going to. Fixing it. I'm thinner. Thinner. That's weird. It's a weird word. Flop equals failure. That's not new. That's not new at all. That's really old. That's older than me. And I'm old. Era. Personal phase. Okay, that's already been done. Moots. So that's done. Main character energy. So self-focused flair. So that's kind of already been done, isn't it? Gyat. G-Y-A-T-T refers to body shape. Alright, okay. Huzz. Offensive. What kind of body shape does that refer to? Gyat. Huzz. Offensive term trending on TikTok. Okay, not heard of that one. Huzz. Phantom tax. Playful food theft. Okay, they've already done that, so I don't know why they're giving me that twice. I don't know why they're giving it twice. Hidden gems and emerging, that's under. So, unstabled, done wrong, messed up. Okay. I've not heard this one before. POG. P-O-G. POG. Excitement, originally gaming slang, still used apparently. Big yikes. It means major cringe. Main character living at the centre of the story, which we all are, aren't we? Amiga, lowest ranking in social hierarchy. So some of these I've already looked at. Beta maxing, not reaching potential. So maxing the opposite way, I guess. Homie hopping, dating within friend group. Crash out, making a rash decision. Yeah, so that's it. There's a few that have repeated themselves. It says here, prominent trends, fashion style, drip face card, and social dynamics, Riz Sigma Gigachad. Digital culture affects brain rot. Origins, strong roots in black and LGBTQ plus communities, Gen Z, Alpha, TikTok, K-pop fandoms. It's just everyone, basically. It's just roots from humans. That's what they're really saying, isn't it? Rapid evolution. Most slang emerges on TikTok and online platforms. Lifespans are short, meanings fluid. that's probably where it's getting a little bit complicated for the likes of moi, is because the same meanings can mean different things. And I know the same words can mean different things, like read and read, the same word. Which is it? Did you read it? Or have you read it? Read, you're reading something. It's like, now I'm reading. Read. I'm going to read this book. I read this book. R-E-A-D. D-E-F-R. It's the same, both sides. R-E-E-E-E. S-P-E-T. Right. I do believe that is the end of this very, very exciting podcast episode of Trivia Tuesday. I just want to thank you very, very much for listening, and remember to be kind to yourself, because you do deserve to be happy, and be gentle with yourself because you deserve to feel safe. Lots of love. Bye.